हाल ही में बॉलीवुड एक्ट्रेस प्रीति जिंटा न्यूट्राक्यूटिकल्स प्रोडक्ट के लॉन्च पर पहुंची। यहां उन्होंने की खास बातचीत, जरा आप भी सुनिए उन्होंने क्या कहा।
Oh, sorry. Wow. Thought you were looking there. I was wondering. Sorry. So, what did you say?
Being a woman, how will define women empowerment?
How will you define women empowerment? Well, I think the fact that just the power for a woman to have on her own body. Let's not start with going outside the house and doing bigger things in life. But as I've used this word before also right now, a couple of seconds ago, saying the forgotten woman. Many women in India become the forgotten woman because, her way of empowering herself is by empowering her family, taking care of her husband, taking care of her children, doing everything in her power to make sure everybody around her is comfortable. That's the first step that a woman does in her house. But stepping out is a whole different thing, and doing things. But here I would just like to come to the very basic of it, to have the power to feel comfortable with your own body and the hormonal changes that are happening to you. So pretty simply said, in reference to the launch of what we're talking about.
Yeah. And second question is, what message would you like to give to other women who are staying in this male-dominated society?
Well, males also come out of females, right? So I think that's very important to realize and not forget. But this year is a special year, 2017, for me, very, very special, because it's my year for the woman, and it is absolutely my year dedicated to women in India. That's why I was very, very happy to be associated with this product. And as in a couple of months, you will hear something else, a very strong association I have with women's security that will be coming out. But I think women should have all the dreams they want to have and not limit themselves anymore. I mean, not limit themselves beyond that this is what I can do and this is what I cannot do. So it is male dominated, but I think it's probably the best time for women in India, because today more women are working than they ever did. In the corporate world, you see many more women in every office, from let it be from entertainment to pharmaceuticals to telecoms to everywhere. You actually see more women today than anywhere else. So it's a good time for the women. I think women supporting women is equally important than men supporting women. I mean, I could do a whole lecture on this, but I'll move to the next question. Sorry, I'm trying.
वेल, इसके बाद उन्होंने अपनी माँ को कहा धन्यवाद। क्या वजह रही उनके धन्यवाद कहने की, जरा आप भी सुनिए।
Exactly is the reason for you to choose this particular initiative, and has there been any cases in your personal life pertaining to any of your family members who've actually gone through a rough phase of the menopause, and what are the learnings you've had from such a personal case which has transpired in your life?
Well, first of all, thanks for the compliment on my bling. And why I have chosen, I've always been a champion for women in this country. But as I said earlier, 2017 is a very, very special year for me. It is a year focused on women in India. And when this opportunity came to be part of this, with all my awareness and all my travel and all my education, even I didn't know so many things about menopause. And yes, I do know women that have gone through it and who didn't understand it. I myself didn't understand, including friends and family, that why such behavior. And I think just basic awareness is so important. The biggest problems can be sorted first by realizing what the problem is. If you don't know what the problem is, your mind goes in total different things. Just simple things like women, as they get older, they tend to get osteoporosis, which can become a major problem in their lives. So this, because of the calcium and the vitamin D and the other stuff that's in it, it takes care of that. The fact that women are going through depression, you can eat medicines to take care of different things. But depression is something, once you get into that hole in your head, you don't know where it's going. And especially for the woman who is sitting at home. It's okay when you have a job because you go out, you have work to do, you're meeting different people, and if you do well in life, you get a promotion. But have you ever thought, does your mom get a promotion? Do you ever come and tell her this is a bonus, mom? Actually, no. When you have a party, you run off with your friends. When life is great, you run off with your girlfriend or your wife. A lot of times, like the woman at home who actually has a job which is 24/7 is never rewarded, never taken care of, never understood. So I think it's in some ways it's great that this is being discussed today, so that all those people can actually sit and introspect. I mean, one of the things we talked about when we were shooting the film was, have you ever gone to your mother and said, your mother's come up to you and said, beta, what will you eat? And you'll say, mom, make anything. Or when she makes anything, you're like, why did you make this? फिर से यही बना दिया, हर रोज यही बनाते हो. And you know, there is no gratification. I think a simple thing like a thank you, a simple thing like, if you're not feeling too good, let me at least wonder what it is. And you know, instead of buying her flowers, maybe if you get her this, it will probably help her. So it's not a small step, it's a very big step towards the health of a woman in your family. And everybody, if somebody doesn't have a sister, they definitely have a mother, right? So at some stage in their lives, I think it's time to look towards her and think about her. So I do identify with it because I've seen it around me. I myself didn't know half these things, and it's like it was like we'd kind of joke about it. Oh, she must be going through menopause, but you never really sat and actually thought what it is when women go through that. And especially, I mean, maybe if you did something for somebody every single day of your life and they never appreciate it, you would actually understand what your mother goes through. So after that day, I was like, I love you.
Next 9 newsroom की रिपोर्ट.
Subscribe now to receive new updates, reviews and news.